So, why you should negotiate? Let's face it, many people are afraid to negotiate their salary. But where do these fears come from? Many fears come from not knowing what to expect and not knowing what to ask. In this video, I will guide you through resources and considerations to face your fears in negotiation. My name is Krishna, and what interests me is sharing these tips which helped me in getting a six-figure salary in US during the start of my career in construction industry. Remember, when you're asking for a better compensation package, you're advocating for yourself. Have you ever received negotiation advice that the person who talks first will lose, or the first offer you receive is intentionally low because it's expected you will ask for more? These are just a couple of rules you may have prescribed to in the past. Myth number one: the company is out to get the best deal in as less as possible. It's true that companies have budgets and are held accountable for their spending. However, when it comes to pay scales, most do a lot of research to establish range for each position. Their goal is to attract the best people they can afford and retain them as long as possible. So when you receive an offer, it's not about the company spending as little as possible, but rather them wanting to make you the best offer to get you to accept and stay long enough to add value. Myth number two: companies will be offended if you negotiate. Unlike the last myth, there are many people that believe if they negotiate any part of the deal, they could turn off the employer. This belief became especially real for people who were interviewing for the first time in their career. The thought was, if I don't take the first offer, it will be given to someone else. Keep in mind that the employer may have a second or even a third choice if the competition is high for a given role. However, if the employer selected you, it's because they believe you are the best fit for the role, regardless of the competition. If they have missed the mark, they want to know and expect a counter offer. Myth number three: you can lie about your current salary to get a higher salary offer. This is one of the most dangerous myths I have seen in action. We have all heard stories where someone bluffed their past salary and believed that helped them get a higher offer. I'm not saying that this has never worked in anyone's favor before, but there is a risk that may outweigh the possibility. The danger is that many employers verify salary history either by checking with your previous employer or directly asking to see a recent W 2. The catch is that verification often happens after you have accepted the offer and is a part of your new hire paperwork. This means that you are at risk at being caught in a lie after you have resigned from your current job. So, did any of these myths sound familiar? The tricky thing about them is that you may be operating under them and not even know about it. Salary negotiation trap. The first trap is being unprepared. You can avoid this by doing your research upfront. So by the time you get to negotiating, you're not only prepared, but you can speak intelligently about the offer. Next is focusing only on salary. Remember to look at the total compensation package. If you don't, you may be missing out on important parts that will actually boost your income. Maybe you will need to come down 5,000 on the money in exchange for the rest of the package. Salary negotiation hacks. Negotiating for a salary is actually a very simple process. First rule: be willing and prepared to walk away from the negotiation with no deal. If you absolutely must cut a deal, you walk in at a disadvantage. If you show desperation, you are finished before you have even begun. You want to have the freedom to know that if the deal doesn't work for you, you can say thanks, walk away, and know something better will turn up that you will accept. While negotiating your salary for a new job, be prepared with a desired salary number and an acceptable salary number. Dig up some salary information on sites like salary.com, Payscale, or the LinkedIn salary tool. Remember to always aim for desired salary, but if you get offered below your acceptable salary, be prepared to walk away. Second, think about the specific value you will bring to this organization as you enter that role. Don't plan to win this. It will be 150 times harder if you do. Instead, jot down some notes and get as specific as you can. Once you have these notes, construct a simple proposal that details exactly how you can, and if hired, will address these challenges in your first 30, 60, 90 days. And now you're cooking. Decision makers certainly expect candidates to do a bit of negotiating, but it's rare that they are across the table from someone who has spent the time to really think through why they are worth the premium salary and what's in it for the company if they agree to it. And final step, when it comes to negotiating your salary, be sure to show enthusiasm about the company and the team even as you push for what you want. You certainly don't want your future employer to feel like you're being jerky or unreasonable. Not at all. Done well, this will actually result in the opposite. You will walk into the next role already commanding the respect of your boss while feeling great about your compensation.